Caesar 4.26.3. The Romans are having a real hard time getting off their boats onto the shore here. Hostes vero, notis omnibus vadis. Now the enemy, here we got a little ablative absolute clause here. Since all the shallow places were known. Now, there's no participle in this bit, so it's like there's a little verb to be in there, and the Romans did not have a participle for the verb to be, so they leave it out. But they've got noun, adjective, adjective. This is kind of describing the situation. It's an ablative absolute. With all the shallow places known to them, when from the shore, now let's go down to the main verb. Here's big V down here. They saw, and then we're going to call this our direct object, aliquos. Some men, singulares. This is a funny little adjective. It's one by one, singulares. Egredientes. This is a present, active participle right here. Disembarking from a boat. Notice the repetition. The prefix here is actually X, and there it is again. So, goes both ways there. A little bit redundant, but that's the way this language works. All right. So when they saw them disembarking from the ships one by one, here we go. Another ablative absolute. And in this case, incitatus is P, perfect passive participle. So if you were kind of old-fashioned about it, you might say that this is the horse having been spurred. But that sounds a little bit weird, so we're not going to do it that way. You can say something like, once the horses were spurred. Now, I'm going to do it a little more loosely in a moment, and I'll show you why. Impeditos adoriebantur. They would attack the encumbered men. Now they're encumbered because they're dripping wet and they're wearing armor. So big problem there. So what we can do is combine this ablative absolute with the main clause here. It's really just a clause. And say, they spurred their horses and attacked the encumbered men. You see how I made this an and? So English likes to do this. It likes to join things. It likes to use conjunctions, whereas Latin likes to use subordinate clauses, like the ablative absolute. So this is a great way of translating the ablative absolute in this case. Many men, and here we can actually make a stop there and put a period. We can start a new sentence right here. Many men, meaning the enemy, would surround Palkos, a few men. That was their technique. They'd outnumber them. And at the same time, others, and this is interacting with plures. This group of guys, in a large number, would surround a few guys, while the others, down here, would hurl weapons against them one and all. Okay. I kind of like that translation for universos. You can see the uni, the one there, and versos all around, from the open flank. So, I do want to say something, though, about the tenses here. Well, we've got a pluperfect here. That's a beauty. But look at this. As soon as we get here, this one, and this one, all imperfect. What does that mean? That means this is repetitive action. repetitive or habitual action keeps happening. The British Gauls are doing this. This is their strategy. They would attack the encumbered men. They would surround a few around a many, and they would hurl weapons. And they did it over and over again.